everyone, welcome to Hedgehog Hollow. Today I wanted to show you a bit of a different way to use your Nuvo Drops to create a background in conjunction with your Tim Holtz Glass Mat. Now this is a really super simple card and it's going to look beautiful. We're creating a wedding card. You may be able to hear the workmen outside. They are laying us a new road. They've been trying to do this for 2 days and they choose, of course, the one moment we sit down to video. So I hope it's not too distracting, but we're just going to keep crafting anyway. So I'm using my Nuvo Crystal Drops in Simply White. I have a piece of vellum. You can use any vellum you might like. And so all I'm doing is laying it onto my glass mat. And I'm using, so I put it in this grid here, so I'm using the grid that's underneath, and then I'm just using those 1/2 inch lines to create a really nice background. So I'm going to start by doing it onto these ones, and I'm just following it all the way down, and you want to just keep going across, and you can see some little fingers that have just joined me. But what you can see is it's making a really pretty background. You could do ombre colours, you could do all sorts. And by doing it this way, you don't have to draw a grid on or anything like that. This is that same grid that you already have on your glass mats that you might be working on. So you want to do this all over, and then you're going to leave it to dry. Another thing you could do is you could do this on a piece of acetate or a piece of wax paper, and you can create your own candy dots really quick and inexpensively, because it'll be any size you'd like, and then they're going to also be nicely spaced, ready for drying. Once that has dried, then this is what that piece looks like. So you can see a really delicate piece. This one I did earlier and it's dried nicely. The piece of vellum I used actually for this final one is 5 1/4 across and 4 inches wide. I have a piece of white Neenah Solar White cardstock that I'm just going to fold in half, and I'm going to use a bone folder, which is over here. I'm trying not to touch those wet Nuvo Drops because, of course, that's always where you want to put your fingers. And in a minute, we're going to stick this on. But first of all, we're going to make our sentiment to go on the front. So I'm going to use Just Married. You could also do a wedding invite really easily this way, because these are so quick and easy to make, and you could leave them to dry in batches. So I'm going to use this Just Married, and I pre-cut it out of the Burnished Rose cardstock from Tonic and the black gloss cardstock. And I'm going to grab a piece of rough cardstock here. This is just a kind of regular one that I have laying around. And I'm just taking my large chisel nib of Nuvo glue pen. And Tilly is very intently watching what I'm doing here as well. She's also waving at you, bless her, as well. So this is kind of giving me a little giggle. And I'm going to take that clean piece that she was borrowing, and I'm going to put it on the top of that gloss black. And what I want to do is just offset this just a smidgen, not much at all. And sometimes it's easier to have your piece of cardstock there ready. But what I want to do is just give it that tiny little bit of shadow. Now that Nuvo chisel nib, first of all, it's going to dry really, really strong, but it also allows me a little bit of wiggle room to just kind of move things around between my fingers as well. And you can see here how this is coming together. And now I'm going to turn this over. And again, I'm going to use that same chisel nib. Normally I would wait for this to dry a little bit if I was crafting myself. I hope you're enjoying my little assistant here as well. It's just her and I here. So she's decided to come in while I was filming and craft with me. Thank you, Tilly. Can you put the lid back on? Thank you. And then we're going to pop that on top of our vellum, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my phone. Phones are a really nice weight, and I have the iPhone 10, which has a flat front. And what it means is I can just kind of put things down. It gives it a little bit of weight. It helps me get things stuck. And so sometimes I just leave it on there. I'm then going to take a little bit of funky tape. And what I'm doing is, excuse me please, Tilly. Thanks, Tills. So thanks to my assistant here, I'm just taking little bits of funky tape. And hopefully the table isn't moving too much. I'm waiting for my new table, and I just put it behind where that Just Married is. So on this side I can't see any of that adhesive, and then I'm just popping it on the front, nicely matted on that piece there. So you can see Got that beautiful delicate piece. I like this kind of lifty up piece. It's not going to move because I've got that funky tape underneath, but it does just give me that really nice delicate effect. Let me lift it up for you. You can see those white dots. You could of course do glow dots for Halloween. You could do it on coloured vellum. You can match this to the wedding colours. There's so many different customizations and different ways you could use this. You can also make hearts and things. I'll be showing you another video how to create really fun backgrounds with Nuvo Drops, but this is kind of first in that series as well. So I hope you enjoyed. Super quick and easy. In about 5 minutes we've made this card. Obviously there's some drying time in the Nuvo Drops, but you really could make some beautiful wedding invitations, thank you cards, all those kinds of things with this technique. So thanks so much for joining Tilly and I today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stamp the bell to get notifications of future videos. Also, we hope you want to hit that thumbs up button. You've enjoyed us crafting together here. We'll see you again very soon. Happy stamping. Bye.
Always